And welcome once again to today's Rowdy.com Big Three, sitting alongside Buck Fever, who finally hitchhiked his way all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina.
I did. I had to ride on a turnip truck and an orange truck, but I made it.
Did you fall off the turnip truck?
I fell off the turnip truck, and then the orange truck picked me up.
We're still talking NASCAR in our brand new studio, which is under construction. 3 big burning issues. Our friend Jerome Buzz Cutler has them for us today.
It's so nice that we're all together again.
It really is nice.
It's like fresh squeezed orange juice.
This morning, Lee Spencer of Fox Sports cited sources and announced that A.J. Allmendinger has signed a multi-year contract extension with Richard Petty Motorsports. My question to you, gentlemen, is who got the better deal, Richard Petty Motorsports or A.J. Allmendinger?
I actually think it's a good deal for both.
Yeah, I think there's really no choice. I mean, where was A.J. going to go? I mean, obviously he tested the waters. I think Richard Petty did get the best of this deal. A.J. is a star on the rise, not a top-tier driver. He's improving. I think Richard Petty got the best deal.
Certainly this helps solidify things over at Richard Petty Motorsports. You were looking at a great deal of turnover there. That's one fewer guy that's going to leave. And now, presumably has a sponsor too. But I think AJ got the better end of this deal. I mean, I may be the only guy in the universe that thinks Richard Petty Motorsports has done a pretty good job this year, given what they've had to go through, the transition from Dodge to Ford, and some of the uncertainty, Casey Kane being a lame duck. AJ's having the best season of his career. Paul Menard's having the best season of his career. Casey Kane's in contention for a chase spot, which he probably won't get, despite the fact that he's a lame duck. I think AJ Allmendinger does himself a great service by staying on the track that he's on. And so I think AJ got the better end of this deal.
All right, let's move on to issue number 2. You know, a few weeks ago at Gateway International, some people said Carl Edwards should not have been awarded the win after he punted Brad Keselowski. Dave Despain over at SpeedTV.com wrote a commentary saying that he thinks NASCAR should institute a 5-minute review policy when the end of a race is in question before announcing the winner. He cited Regan Smith at Talladega,
yes.
Ricky Rudd at Sonoma,
yes.
Joey Logano at Irwindale as examples.
1342 BC.
I mean, listen. What Carl Edwards did was blatantly wreck a guy to win.
You're saying NASCAR is going to change that?
I think they should. Look, it would be so infrequent. It would be like once a season. I think it's time to get it right. You can't just wreck somebody and then go win. And
You're
say,
presuming
Yay!
that if they had 5 minutes to think about it, they would change their mind.
They
and
might.
I don't think they would. What you see is what you get. That's one of the beauties of racing. We don't have penalty flags where we say, oh, you know those laps that just happened? Forget about those.
We have penalty flags.
Then make the call on the spot, as you should, and go from there.
If you could
they do it on pit road speed. Why can't you do it for road?
If you could have 3 green-white checkers, you can sure as hell review an ending of a race once in a while.
You're going to sit there for 5 minutes just to tell me, okay, yep, Tony Stewart won that race.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just make the call.
Yeah, no,
I say no.
And Regan Smith was the one that really won the race.
No, he didn't. Tony Stewart won the race because NASCAR made the call there. Regan Smith crossed the line first. They made an instant call. They said, nope, went below the yellow line. It's Tony Stewart's race.
Issue number 3. Let's start by listening to this quote that our good buddy Bob Pockris got us. This is Dale Earnhardt Jr. speaking. Heard of him?
I don't know, man. We're not very good. We're not a good team.
Should Rick Hendrick secretly fine Dale Jr. for publicly criticizing his race team?
Now we got to have happy talk out of the drivers about their own teams, too?
Yes,
Junior's
yes.
right. He's right. So what's wrong with what he said?
All right, look, he's either being candid or he's completely demoralized. Either way.
He's both.
He's got to stop, though. I mean, he's got to stop. He's got to turn and find the positives on his race team and focus on the positives and try to build them up. Does it do any good at all to walk out into the press and say, we suck?
To deal with the truth, you have to face the truth. And the truth is, he's frustrated, and their team's not that great right now. They had a very, very disappointing day at Pocono. Junior was disappointed. We, the fans, need him to be honest, and he is being honest. Now they are better than they were last year. If you just look at the point standings, you'll know that. They've had some flashes. But come on, last year at Charlotte, he was at the end of his rope. This year at Dover, he was highly frustrated. And now at Pocono, frustrated once again. There's a lack of consistency here. It's one step forward and 1 or 2 steps back. It's frustrating. Junior's calling it like he sees it. They've got to deal with the reality over there and change something to make it work.
I just don't think it's that beneficial to be ripping your team like that. I just don't think it's really the way to go.
We don't need Dale Jr. to tell us his team's struggling right now.
Okay, so maybe he shouldn't say it, that we suck, basically, is what he said.
But what if they do? All right, that's been your Rowdy.com Big 3 for today. For Buck Fever, I'm Bassmasters. Do join us at Rowdy.com. You can make comments on this video right down there, plus post your own blogs and videos, etc., etc., and we'll be back tomorrow with more NASCAR junk.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.